you don't have to host the Patreon episode.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we might be able to use it because they could be in-depth conversations.
Oh, you're trying to say that like to get the second half of the convo that was up to the Patreon.
Oh, God.
Maybe.
Guys, welcome to episode 109 of the Talking Rad
We
podcast.
did it, everybody! 109! Let's go! Best milestone in the world!
Yeah.
We did it!
We have an episode for every subscriber. What if that was a goal? It's like speedrunning getting podcast episodes. For every subscriber, we have a special episode.
Gosh, could you freaking
record, like 5 a
imagine?
day.
You couldn't. What if you were at like 300,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
You'd have to record 1,000 a day to get all of them out in a year.
Let's
But then
say
you
you
get
do
more,
like
like
a
1,000 a
30-minute
day.
podcast.
Well, you're getting more every day. It would be impossible. You
Yeah,
really
you
couldn't.
never. It never
Unless
happened.
you did very small episodes, like a minute long.
You
This
just
is
do
for you,
sh-
so-and-so.
Yeah, you
This
just
is
do
for you,
shout
so-and-so.
outs.
Well, that would be a lame podcast if you just go, this is for you.
It would be kind of cool to see that, though. See someone try and do that.
Ouch.
Oh, we should join Cody's Discord.
Every once in a while, well, not every once in a while, this is almost daily. I scratch my head and I try to find little bumps in my head, which is I don't know, just pimples or ingrown hairs, and I get them.
You
I
scratch
hate
'em,
them. Yeah, I scratch them off.
rip them off.
I hate them. I don't know why. That's one of my biggest fears of going bald is all those little bumps are going to be seen. That said, if I didn't have hair, I probably wouldn't have much oil up there to make said pimples.
Yeah.
I think that's how that would work. So I think I could probably do. I
But
think I'd probably be
also,
okay.
Your skin, it can have bumps from hot water.
What do you mean?
Depending on your type of skin, if the water's too hot, you can break out. It's happened to me before.
Well, that's not good. 'Cause that's probably why I
So
get
it-
pimples, because I really
It
like
can
hot
happen.
water.
That can add into it, but
Cole
also
freaking
that, what
bakes
you
his
said.
Yeah,
body.
I bake in the shower.
Yeah, you do. It opens.
How do you know?
You crank it.
How do you
sit there for
know?
30 minutes.
You
How
tell
do
us.
you know?
You tell us.
Soundtrack.
You
I
tell
do
us
listen
you
to
pour
the Persona
molten lava
soundtrack.
on your.
Listen to the whole soundtrack and you sit there.
Not the whole soundtrack. That would be like an hour, Zay.
This is what I hear when Thane gets in the shower. Ah, when Cole gets in the shower. Ah, because they both just bake. Thane's jerking, Cole's baking.
It's like, oh!
I thought you were gonna. I think this is what I hear for Cole. You'll never see it coming.
You'll never see it come.
No, that's Thane.
Cranks
That's
it.
Thane's.
Cranks it.
Don't worry, Thane. I moan too.
It's like
but that's because the water's
It's
cold.
like slightly warm and then just cranks it hot. You just
Well, it's bad.
he just
when
burns himself.
I'm typically.
You
I
freaking
don't.
psychopath.
Okay. I don't have it boiling hot where it hurts. Not
That-
all the time.
Okay. Okay. The thing is that's what's comfortable for you. I think if I were to get into that,
Oh, you
it would
probably
be
wouldn't
hot.
like- yeah.
I think it's hot for any of us.
So sometimes
Except you, because you're a pervert.
when I'm getting ready to get out, I actually get rid of a lot of the cold water and I make it so it actually hurts my back as it's heating. I like it a lot. It's really nice.
My perfect temperature is
freaking
right
sadist.
below
Thing
room
is it-
temperature.
Is it self-sadist thing? You like to inflict pain on yourself?
He's like, I don't know. Look at these.
Oh
shows
my
us
gosh, guy.
Say, what's the
That's
name
a
for
bad joke. Take that one back.
But it's April Fool's.
What's the name?
Doesn't count. Now when this episode comes out, yikes, guy. Holy crap.
Yeah, don't cancel us for jokes we made on April Fool's Day. So
Exactly.
everything we say, April Fool's.
Even though it's not April 1st when this video came out, April Fool's. That's the April Fool's of the whole thing.
Oh, goodness gracious me, oh my. Mamma mia.
Thane's eating McDonald's, by the
Tomo
way, because they
arigato,
forgot some of his
Mr.
food. So he had to go
Roboto.
back and get it. And that's why he's eating late, and we're not.
What makes me mad though is Bitcoin's it's almost at its all-time high again,
Yeah?
and I jumped out of mine
Just don't
earlier
look.
today.
If you sell it, don't look. That's what I do.
Yeah,
I
already
just
did,
sold
though.
Dogecoin today.
No, it already did.
You got out finally?
Yeah. It went back to 6, so I'm like, okay, time to sell. I made a profit.
That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
I ended up
Damn it,
going
I gotta
like
stop looking, dude. Yeah, it
I
bums me
probably
out.
gained like $150 from doing the stocks for the past year and a half.
I-
Granted, that's not much. I could have made more if I tried, I guess.
I just heard of another one
Sorry,
today.
Sky, I didn't mean to
Because
cut you
there's this rapper that I follow, but there's this one it's been around for like 6-7 months. It's called BitClout, So it's
Yikes.
crypto.
Sounds terrible.
It's crypto that's based off of that whoever it is, entertainer, like personality. It's based off of their like reputation and their popularity. So
That
it's like
sounds
their
terrible.
own stock. It's a crazy idea.
There's a lot of like, I shouldn't say a lot, but there's a couple YouTubers I follow that are like bigger as far as their following goes, and they're starting to create their own cryptocurrency.
That's terrible.
but like
I think that's extortion, isn't it?
no.
You could make cryptocurrency.
Yeah, but like it's
Well-
almost like you're like, I don't know.
No, because I've talked about it before. Like, because I've heard about like if you make your own website and then like you don't like you have like your own currency for your website. It's behind you have your own paywall. So like you have to buy coins or your gifted coins or whatever it is currency for
Yeah, I
that
guess that
specific
is
website.
true.
So it's like that could be like it's the same
Well,
thing.
and once enough people buy it, you can have your crypto on the market to be exchanged.
yeah.
But you need enough people trading it
Oh, like-
before they'll allow it.
Like
onto
if
the,
PewDiePie did it, yeah, I
you
think
could
you'd
have
have
it
one.
over. You could
You
have
would
it
have one.
overnight.
He would
People
have
would
one.
buy it just to
Meme.
one to
For the memes,
support
like
them.
Doge.
Yeah, they do it to support the creator, but also for the memes. They're like, hey, I got the PewDiePie coin.
I got PewDiePie.
Do you want to know what's funny about the Dogecoin thing and why it sold today? Why it got back up to 6?
What happened?
Elon did a tweet, an April Fool's tweet, and it just jumped to 6 like almost instantly.
Oh, because he said it was going to the moon. He's literally
Yeah,
taking
he's
a
like,
coin
I'm gonna
to the
take
moon.
it to the moon or something like that.
Literally, it's like SpaceX was going to take a coin, actual coin to
There's
the
not
moon.
actual Dogecoins though.
I know that, but I think that's
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
joke.
yeah. But yeah, it's just funny. Like as soon as he said something about it, instantly went up to 6, and it started going back down. So I'm like, okay, I'm time to sell. Bye bye.
Dude, that whole landscape is so interesting right
Should've
now.
sold it,
Because
eh?
there's these things called, they're called NFTs. So that's called like a non-fungible token. So what it is though is like an example is like there's this producer that I follow. To make it really simple, it's like digital art that you can own. So like there's this producer I follow. He's making beats that someone can buy, and that's the only person that owns that beat of his. So they're like specific. You pay a lot of money for it.
Okay.
And it's like art that you own. So in this case, it's like a song that he made.
So it's
that
like-
literally only you can own
It's like
because you bought
using
it.
a song as like a dollar.
Kind of, yeah. But you're paying a lot of actual money to get that.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, but there's a lot of people doing that. There's like art, like
they're doing, like,
actual like
physical art,
drawings and
yeah.
like, it's crazy what people are
I
doing
think
right
there
now.
was a guy that sold his painting for like $63 million or something.
Well, I mean, that's not very different from like people on like Fiverr selling their like art, like emotes and stuff, or like portraits, and say you can do whatever you want with this picture. It's your picture as if you made it. That's no different.
Well, it is because you're literally the only owner.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The
Because
people
I mean,
on
after
Fiverr-
that, you don't have to share with anyone. It's like it's literally like a Mona
Yours-
Lisa or
yours
something.
only.
It's like
Yeah.
it's literally the only one in the world. There's
Nobody
no
can copy
copies.
it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. On Fiverr, though, like if you commission some, like I don't know how all of them do it, but there's most people on Fiverr, if you commission them to like draw you a picture, they'll give it to you and say, "This is yours. You own
You
this.
literally do
can't
whatever you want."
You can do whatever you. I don't own the rights to this.
Yeah,
it's
but,
almost
like-
as if you were the one that made it. That's basically how they.
No, but you
market
didn't
it
make
as.
the song. No, that's how it's marketed. Is because it's from that person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
So
like you
it's
made it.
it's a similar concept, but on a whole other scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that because it's well, I think what gives it value is like Zay's saying, the artist behind it. Like no one's gonna buy PewDiePie's coin if they didn't like or know who PewDiePie was.
Yeah, it has no value to him.
Well, just like a normal dollar bill.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's nothing back.
The only reason we value it is because we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that's where the whole freaking man, there's a lot of people
Economic system's going that way.
there's a lot of people making a lot of money off that stuff. It's crazy.
That's kind of silly. I mean, it makes sense.
But like
kind of what you're saying with that crypto, the clout crypto or whatever. It's basically the same thing, just
the
clout.
bit clout. But I mean that bit clout it's I can see that one being weird. But with this one, it's just like you can give it to someone, you can trade it, but like it's yours. It's the only copy
You're
of that
like,
one thing.
Well, I'll give you 3 PewDiePie post-it notes for your Pokimane dime.
Really? What if it's all? What if you do that?
Yes.
What if
That's
you can
what it
really
would
do that?
be.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna get to that. Well, I don't know if it's not like it could be like that now. I mean, for all we know, it's just. But like when I look at all this stuff going in this direction, it's like I think a lot of things are ridiculous, but I mean, if there's people willing to buy it, like, why not people take advantage of that and be profitable and try to give something value for someone. I mean, I think that's pretty cool.
That's the way it's always been. If you put value to something, it's going to be worth something to you. I mean, it doesn't really matter what it is. Like I just said, the dollar bill. Or like back in the day, it was, I've got 5 breads, can I have 1 grape or something like that? Same thing. Just because it's an influencer's hairpin doesn't mean it's like any different. It's the same thing.
Well,
you can sell bathwater if you're hot enough.
You don't.
Thank you, Sky, for putting. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah,
but you can't. You can hold bathwater. You can, in Thane's case, you can drink bathwater, but you can't hold any of this stuff. It's like that's what's insane. Is like you can't. It's like you can't see it. You can't hold. You can see it by looking at it through a screen, but you can't hold it. I mean, you can't.
Well,
it's all digital art.
It's
think
just
about
like
it this
1
way.
sense. It's just like or 2 senses. Like you can maybe hear it,
how
or
do
you
you
can see
get
it.
paid? Do you get digital, or do you get direct deposit, or do you get actual paycheck
For what?
for your paycheck?
I mean, mine is just direct deposit.
Boom, exactly the same thing then.
But I can still pull it out. Like with this, you can't pull it out.
I know, but you get what I mean.
I understand. It's all digital. Yeah, it's like that's where it's going. But
like for the most part, that's not going to leave your bank account. It's going to be in there. It's going to be digital.
But I can pull it out though. I have
so
that,
doesn't mean you're going to.
I have that power. With this, you can't pull that out.
Sure.
You can't do anything with it.
I guess if it was a picture, you could print
It's just
it.
like it's like having a. It's just
I
like
guess.
having like a room full of cars. Though, like you can touch those and drive those, but with this, like you have a room full of things, like digitally, and you can't do anything with it.
Just like when people buy video games digitally.
Well,
You can't pull those out. It's the same thing.
No, that's different. That's
How?
Different. That's because this is like thousands. This is like people are paying millions of dollars
Doesn't
for this stuff,
matter.
Cole. It does
What if
matter.
there's a digital game
I
that-
just feel like it's different.
What if
I mean, it's
Fortnite-
similar. It's similar,
What
but
if
it's different.
Fortnite's like, okay, we have this skin, only one person can buy it, and it's $1 million. Same thing as what you're describing to me.
Okay, that's in-game, like in-game purchases, sure.
Okay, let's go
Wait,
another
hold
step
on,
then.
stop.
Epic
What's
Games.
the argument? What's the argument here?
He's comparing these like a video game. Like
I'm just trying to find
anyone
the
can have it.
comparison.
These things are just one. Like only one person
Okay.
can own it.
Okay, Epic Games makes a video game. Only one person can buy the video game, and it's digital only. $1 million. Same
I'm
thing.
sure it's gonna happen. It's going that way.
Well,
That stuff's
it's
gonna
the
happen.
same thing. That's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to get down to it. Like try to. I guess.
Well, it's almost. It's.
figure
I
out
don't.
the
I mean.
digital.
I think you're. It's just. I think it's wild to think that like that. You just don't think that much of it, which is
I don't
fine.
know. I just don't think it's that far.
I know you just don't think it's that cool. You just you're not. I mean, you're not easily impressed by things. It's
I'm
like,
not.
Yeah. So like
I
I'm
just-
easily impressed by like most things because I try to wrap my mind around how it works. Or
I don't
like
know
what's
because in
the
my
long
head,
run.
my first thought was digital video games or a digital thing.
But
like,
you're also the guy that doesn't give a crap about celebrities.
True.
Like, if you met LeBron James, you'd probably give him a head nod or not even notice he's there.
I'd recognize him probably, but that's yeah. I know what you're getting at. Yeah, sure, but just because it's a famous person doesn't mean anything. That to me
you,
anyway.
to
Sure,
you, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, say I bought LeBron James digital artwork for $1 million. It's the same in my mind if I bought a Fortnite skin that only I could buy for $1 million. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it is the same thing.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't.
It
think
doesn't
he's-
matter
I don't
what
think
it
he's
is.
arguing that.
It's just that it's a digital thing, and it's not hard to grasp. It's just boom, there it is, and I own it digitally.
I guess we just think on different levels.
I
About
guess
it.
so,
That's all.
yeah.
That's all it comes down to.
Well, what I think is crazy too, though, is it's like I remember back in maybe it was a podcast or something I watched, but there was an in-game weapon for World of Warcraft that sold for an ungodly amount of money. Like it was ridiculous how expensive this one item was, and it's
Yeah.
like, wow, people really value digital things, and I mean, yeah, that's where it's going.
I mean, look at my Pokemon. I value them heavily, highly.
Yeah.
Like if I were to lose them, I'd be crushed. The ones that I have lost in the past, I was crushed about.
Yeah.
I've paid money for them too at times, like events, like go to see a movie. I don't really care about the movie. I just wanted the digital code for the Pokemon. $12 movie.
So,
Same thing. It's another
guess
level of it.
Yeah, I guess the difference would be the value you give it because it's coming from a person or artist that you like. Obviously, because you would never pay that much money for.
Obviously. That's exactly what it goes back down to what we were talking about. The value someone gives something. Just like how I was saying how we value $1 or how some people valued Pokemon's hair clip or something. It's the same thing. It's just the value you give to something.
So let's explore this. Do you guys foresee any issues with us going away from the dollar and moving into this digital realm of effery?
Yeah, I do. I mean, how are you going to go to the store and buy milk? How are you going to go buy cereal? You going to pay with your Pokemon bucks?
You can already pay with Bitcoin.
In the
It's
game
getting there.
Entropia, there was a planet called Plan Calypso that sold for, can you guess,
3 million.
1.2 million.
6 million.
Wow. Wait, what game is this?
It's called Entropia.
Entropia.
Wow, I never heard of that
I've never
game.
heard of that either.
What do you?
Is it a mobile game?
I think it's
Oh, I
So
don't
you
know.
own that world, and then I guess I don't know what the game's about. I don't know what you can do with it. But
I mean, yeah, sure. I could foresee it going there. You go to the grocery store, pay with your Pokebucks, and then eventually, sure. I don't
here's-
think it's going to get that far, though.
Here's the issue I foresee, though, is the fact that we all have $1. Everyone agrees, okay, $1's worth $1. You can get this many things with this $1. Well, what happens if Bill wants to buy milk from Tom, who only accepts Pewdie Bucks instead of Pokemon Thicky Coins or whatever?
This is what I think will happen first. I think that the government would make its own virtual currency before we get to that point where we start dealing in Pewdie Bucks or something. I honestly think it would be the government goes, okay, we have a digital version of the currency and then the physical. Eventually the physical will be phased out and it'll all be digital, and that's how it'll work.
So then everybody will base
the government will most likely regulate it.
what if they only keep bills, and instead of dealing with coins, all the change goes into your wallet, your virtual wallet? I could see it being like that.
Yeah. The other
So
thing
if you
is,
wanted to keep bills in, but like
the other thing you have to remember as well is these companies you're going to be buying stuff from like Walmart, they're probably not going to accept no Pokemon hair clips for a gallon of milk. They'll only accept the government's digital currency, maybe Bitcoin eventually. So that specific item or specific virtual thing will have to become so prevalent and widely accepted as valuable for it to be that way.
Well, I think Bitcoin's there. I think most places accept
I agree
Bitcoin
with
now.
that. But I don't think in our lifetime we'll see an influencer's specific thing become that. I don't think we will.
But what if it doesn't even have to though? What if it's just accepted within a community who value
see,
that?
I was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say-
that'll work. Yeah,
I was
sure.
So
gonna
like,
say,
what
it goes
if
back to
these
your
these
idea.
big businesses just establish
that's
what
exactly
they
what I
will
was
and won't
saying.
accept? They're like, we won't accept this. We only accept actual like dollars. We accept Bitcoin. We accept this,
Yeah.
but that's it. We don't accept
that's
anything
what I
else.
was saying. It depends on who you're, I guess, quote unquote, purchasing the goods from, what they accept.
Yeah.
That's what it'll come down to. That said, I still think the majority, if not all, of people in a country will accept that government's form of currency, whatever it may be.
And what I was reading too is, I mean, this BitClout thing. I mean, you can make money with it, but I think how you have to do it is you have to use Bitcoin to be able to buy this stuff. I don't think you can use. Maybe I'm wrong. But what I read is I think you have to use Bitcoin to be able to buy it, and then from there, I guess you can bring it. You can get you can, I guess, withdraw it, but you can't convert it back into Bitcoin unless you go around this other way. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So it has to go back into your bank account. Then you buy more Bitcoin, and then you buy more of that stuff. So I can see that being a problem. Is if what if that just loses its value? Like if you have like 1,000, it's just like crypto. Like if you have like $1,000 worth of something, but it's worth nothing, no one wants it. I mean,
It's like stocks. Like if nobody gives a F about Radio Shack
No,
anymore.
It's
you have-
like anything. It's
you have
like
1,000
gold. Say people don't value gold anymore, that all of a sudden loses its value. It's the same exact
Yeah.
thing.
But
I mean,
this
you
is a
can't do
different
anything
level.
with it.
Well, this, like it's, I guess, I mean, you can buy gold digitally. Like you just say, I own
Yeah.
gold now. But I guess with like stocks, I guess I compare crypto to stocks because that's kind of what I'm familiar with. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
I
if
mean,
a
it's-
stock
it's-
goes
it's the
down and
same-
you've got
it's the same
100,000
play.
in
It's the same
Radio
thing.
Shack.
It's the same thing with gold. Gold's value changes daily like a stock market would.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Same
Like,
with our
you can
dollar.
buy
Our
gold,
dollar's value
You can
changes
buy gold
daily.
digitally. Yeah,
It
absolutely.
doesn't have to be digital. Like a physical ounce of gold will change value per day, like the stock market does.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is people trade gold digitally
Yeah, yeah,
online.
yeah, yeah,
That's what I'm
sure.
comparing. it
Okay.
to.
I guess what I was getting at is you don't have to compare digitally. We have physical things you can compare it to.
Yes, it's true. Yes.
It's the same exact
But
thing.
what I was doing is I was comparing stocks to Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies.
They're in the same
specifically.
world.
Oh
You
yeah,
can't
no,
touch
it's
'em.
all
You
in the
can't
same
touch
world.
'em,
I
yeah.
think it's all in the same world. Because back the 1700s, it was gold. They were trading with gold,
Mhm.
and now they're trading with Bitcoin. It's the same exact thing. They have value just because we give them value.
Yeah, but I'm talking about digitally specifically. And I know what you're saying. I agree with you. They are the same. But I'm talking about digitally specifically.
Digitally specifically, like I said earlier, I think it's going to go to like government digital currency or Bitcoin. I guess Bitcoin could be adopted by the government of digital currency or something. I don't
What
know.
if just like change and dollar just go away? Because it's
That's
just
what I was
digital.
saying. Yeah,
I think they're
the
slowly going
government.
away. Most
I think the
places,
government will make their own
Most
virtual
places are
currency.
saying pay the exact amount or pay digital. Like they don't.
Because there's a coin shortage, or
I think they're just trying
I
to do
don't
away
know.
with it. I think
They're
this
just trying
is
to
the
get
phase where they're trying to
get away
get
from
away
coins.
from coins.
Bills are a lot easier, but like coins, it's kind
Yeah.
of hard to.
I mean, they
deal
say
out.
that they don't want to spread cash because of COVID. Like, the less you can touch things, the better. Fine, whatever. But, like, most places are saying they want you to pay with the exact amount, and they don't want.
And you literally like, there's like the cards like now you just tap it and it just pays.
Yeah,
Or
instantly
Apple Pay, you tap your phone and oh man, it's just insane.
Yeah, that's definitely where it's going.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about, but the one thing will never change. It's just whatever people give value. So if eventually the masses do give value to the Pokimane hair clip coin, then that's what it's going to be. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I guess going back to the original conversation with you, Zay, you might have to enlighten me. I just didn't understand why you didn't understand it.
Understand what?
Understand, I don't know, or hard to grasp it, I guess. I don't know.
I'm just amazed that like that's where we're at already. Like now, like 10 years ago, like I guess Bitcoin was a thing then, but like now you can literally buy someone's art that they created, and that's it. That you're the only owner. Like
Okay, yeah, yeah,
like
that's
before
that's what I
before with
understand.
a really like a painting by like a really famous artist that only so many were made, or like he's only created, or whoever he's only made so many like pictures or drawings, and you have one of them. I mean, they're all going to be different in some way, like, but like you're still going to own something from that
Yeah,
artist.
but-
Like with this, it's like you can't touch it.
He's saying it's
can't
digital
see it.
only.
Yeah, I don't understand why the whole just digital only is what boggles your mind. That makes sense to me. Sure.
I'm just dumbfounded.
No,
that's all.
I'm
That's
kind of
all.
with you, Zay, because you're literally buying bits of data that physically don't exist. As far as like, yeah, you could print the picture, but that's still not like so and so painting it. Like you just own
own
a
the
digital.
file.
Yeah, exactly. You're paying all this money for a file.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think I relate it back to like I was saying with Pokemon. I think it's the same thing. Because I give those Pokemon value, it's very similar in my mind. That might be why it's much easier for me to grasp, but I don't understand how you guys can't. Like, it's
I
just
don't
there.
think I've
You buy
spent,
it.
I don't think I've spent.
You bought games on Steam, both of you guys.
Yeah, but I don't think I've spent an ungodly amount of money to own
Oh
one,
yeah,
one
sure.
specific
You
thing.
haven't spent an ungodly amount of money to buy anything. The most expensive thing you probably bought is a car, right?
Yeah, that's physical though.
So
I don't think I have. I
What
don't
do you
think
mean
I own.
so. We're talking about physical versus digital here.
it's the same thing.
No,
if
it's
you,
not.
Cole,
it is nowadays. That's what the
But
point of the conversation.
But to go back to
was.
like why I am dumbfounded by is I don't own a single thing that I'm the only owner of. Everything that like I've like it's
what
like
about
limited.
your music you made? You're the only owner of the music you made.
That's different. That's what I'm
How?
making.
It's the same thing.
If let's say you like if you have like a favorite person, if you have like a favorite like let's say Scott the Waz made a video.
I wouldn't care.
It's literally just
we
yours.
We gotta go away from the whole.
That's what I'm
celebrity
going
thing.
into
yeah,
though.
this
That's what I'm talking about. I'm
conversation's
not talking about
irrelevant
anything
then,
else.
Because
The reason why like I'm so amazed by it is like you're the only person that owns that. Like you can buy a Steam game, sure, it's digital, like you can't touch it. I know, understand that, but millions of people have that. Like
What if-
this, like a beat that someone made, I'm the only one that owns it. Like that's insane to me. Like,
I
and
don't
that's
think it's
that's
that
crazy.
well, it's because you don't care about people. Like as far as like famous people, like you have no. That's where the disconnect is.
So if I were to draw a picture on a tablet and send it to you, Zay, and delete my file, would that not have any meaning to you because you don't care about me?
That's not
Is that what I'm
saying
getting
all.
at? Is
Cool.
that you wouldn't be willing to spend $100,000 on my digital drawing of our family?
So yeah, if you buy something for like that much money and you're the only one that owns it, like that's just crazy to me. And then you just have a collect.
A lot of
you have
money
a-
to spend.
You have a library of just all this stuff you've bought, you just collect over the years, and it's like, yeah, this is my version of an antique store in 100 years. Like I bought this from this person, this from this person. You can't see it, can't touch it. I mean, but here it is. I got it right here.
Okay,
Digital.
right there. You kind of started helping me feel the whole antique store thing, because it doesn't matter who made it or who it was. It's an antique, I guess. It's like the Mona Lisa, like you were saying.
In this,
That makes-
in
that
my
makes me
antique store, this is the first
So
non-fungible token like ever made,
yeah.
and I own it.
In my mind,
And it's from this person from across the world that like I've never seen. Like I only know of them. It's just like it's insane to me.
yeah. I'm starting to
I've never met
understand
this
now.
person in
I'm
real
starting
life,
to
but I
understand
own
now.
this. And
Because, like,
I paid $500,000 for it.
with the Mona
It's
Lisa.
like why? It's like
I couldn't even tell you
I
who
don't know.
painted that, but I know what the Mona Lisa is. So say some random art became super famous and you own the digital version, the only copy of that digital version. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. I still don't see why it's far-fetched to think about owning that, though.
Because there's billions of people on planet Earth.
So?
You
I'm
should,
the
you
only
of all
one that-
people should understand because
I
you
make my
shine
own
on
thing.
you
it.
collect
Get
stuff.
odds.
You collect
Yeah.
stuff. You collect like you
That's why I
collect
understand it
steelbooks.
easier. It makes sense to me.
But you were
You
the
own the-
only person
you
on
paid-
planet Earth that owns this specific thing.
Yeah, so?
Cole, you pay 200.
Okay, well, then this
that's
is just
where
a
it's
you
at.
thing.
Yeah, it really is just a you thing.
Yeah.
It really
You
is.
guys are the only
nothing
people
else I
on
can
the
say.
planet
Isn't
Earth with
this
your
literally
DNA,
just
for
the-
example. I
Isn't
don't
this
know.
literally just the Wu-Tang album that Martin Shkreli bought?
Is he the only one that owns it?
Yes.
Yeah, then there it is.
Well, it
Well, that's
got-
physical. Does he own a physical album?
Yes, it's a physical album.
It
There's
doesn't
no
matter if it's
digital.
physical and digital in my mind. It would be unique to
But
exactly
it
one
did
But
get
I
album.
seized
see,
when he went
I
to
see
jail,
where Zay's
so-
coming from though. Like this is something you cannot touch. This is a digital item only that you spent this amount of
Yeah.
money on.
Yeah, that's where I get to the collector, where I wouldn't want to buy a digital one because I can't collect it. I can't hold it, you know.
Yeah, I'm the same. I would. That's why. That's just why I
that-
was
that's-
going back to. I would never. I don't. I'm trying to think of the most expensive digitally thing that I bought.
Yeah, I guess what it comes down to the whole conversation is I'm not shook by it. I understand it completely, and I think it's because of, like, the biggest example is because of Pokemon. Because I value things that don't really physically exist. I think that's what it comes down to.
So you have thousands of non-fungible tokens already.
Sure, yeah, I mean, I could give out a Pokemon, it's got my name on it.
But like that's
Well,
so
that's-
you're already in that space. Like let's say your whole day like it just gets erased and it's gone.
Oh, I'd cry so much.
Okay, like I buy. Let's say I buy. I buy this from this person and it gets erased. Like I spent all this money,
Yeah, it'd be sad.
all this effort. Like that's what I'm thinking. Is like
Oh, it'll happen. It'll
it's.
definitely
I mean,
happen.
I mean, you can only lose physical things if they get like stolen, water damage, like burnt. You
Yeah.
lose them. Like you still have it though. You can protect it. Like with this, I don't know.
You
It's
can
just
protect a
it's
file.
wild.
Hope
You
your
can
hard drive
protect a
doesn't
file.
die.
Exactly. Like what? I always have this thought of like the zombie apocalypse, and you lose like connection with everything. Everything is like Spotify, or just you lose everything like digital, and like nothing really matters.
That's
at
not
that
a great
point.
example because in a zombie apocalypse, you're really going to care about your record collection?
All I'm saying is like that style is like you have all this
Yeah,
stuff,
I understand. Yeah.
and like
you
you
can't
lose
really
you lose
preserve a
connection
digital
to all this
item.
stuff, and it's gone.
You can't
and
really
you really can't do anything
preserve
else
a
about
digital
it.
item as much as you could a physical
See,
item.
But
I-
I can collect all these records, and like I can still listen to them if I find like a way to do it.
Well,
Sure.
see, here's the common ground that I think all of us, all four of us, and a lot of people listening, this is like why we like to buy physical things. Is well, one, you
Well,
want to have it,
yeah,
but two, like,
preservation stuff, sure.
yeah.
I understand that, but just as easily as you can break a vinyl album, you can also delete a file. So I don't really see the whole disconnect between that. The fact with the preservation stuff, why I personally like to collect is because, number one, I get to own it. Number two, if it is part of the preserving thing, I want to be able to play it. But if it's a digital thing that I'm trying to preserve, I'm just going to make sure I preserve it. And that way you just put it on hard drives that are new, you know, you don't want to corrupt them, you
You
don't
make
mess with them.
15 copies of your
If-
$100,000
If you
art.
can, you make 15 copies of it, you know. I would assume in this particular situation, you wouldn't be able to make copies of it because that defeats the purpose. of having the one and only
You
version
sell a
of it.
bootleg one.
Exactly, yeah.
Or a copy
But
of
like,
it.
at what point? How are you able to know which file is the original file? That's a whole nother subject, though. I don't want to go there. I'm just talking about
People start bootlegging
preservation.
Bitcoin and bootlegging digital
you got
stuff.
I got it.
Okay. I mean, like, it makes sense. I completely understand it. Like I said, it makes sense to me. I can understand it. It's not completely far fetched for me to understand that is the future.
I don't think it's not that we don't understand it. I think it's just it's mind-boggling that people like I just always go back to that World of Warcraft thing. Obviously, I don't care about World of Warcraft, so that's why I have no connection with it at all. But the fact that somebody would pay X amount of dollars, or even this one, someone paid $6 million for a piece of digital content,
A world.
a world
Code.
in a game code. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that is absolutely nuts that somebody would spend that much money. Obviously, I feel like a weapon in a video game is a lot different than buying the one and only song made by Drake that nobody else can ever get. Nobody else can ever listen to it.
Okay,
You could really
and-
be the only one that listens to that song, and he's the only one that listens to it with you,
Yeah.
or his producers,
Yeah.
or whoever,
So,
if he makes it.
I want to put something in perspective that might be on par with what you guys are talking about. So I talked about earlier how I lost some Pokemon.
Yeah.
I had a bunch when I was a kid, and they were on my GameCube memory card. And about 3 years ago or so, I deleted that save file with those Pokemon on it. Not really thinking about it, just kind of like, oh, I want to start this game again, I better delete the file. Then I realized later on I had a bunch of Pokemon on there that I had as a kid, and now I'm really sad I could get them back. I'd probably drop $1,000 right now if I could get them back.
What's the most you'd spend? Let's say someone's like 10 grand. I can recover.
I can
that
recover
data.
all of them, and then I can can you integrate them like with your phone? Or no?
Oh yeah. They'd go on to. I was gonna get to that. I would get them back, never use them. They just go into a box in the cloud forever for eternity. Basically, they'd probably never ever be used.
Well, that's kind of what a collection
just
is anyway. If you don't
Just
wanna,
the
ruin
fact
it.
that I could have them back. So that's the very similar thing. I mean, I would. 10,000's a lot of money, but I would try to save up. Maybe. Honestly, that's a lot of memories for me right
So
there.
I think I've figured it out. Is the only difference, or the difference is when you're purchasing, what are they called?
NFT.
NFTs.
Yeah.
You are literally the only person on planet Earth. Of the billions of people, you are the one and only person that owns a specific item. Sure, you can say, yeah, who cares? But you can say, I'm the only person. Let's say that one Pokemon came out, like a brand new rare Pokemon, and you own it. You are the only person. So people
That's pretty cool.
People that for forever and ever and ever, all the people that will play Pokemon
Never ever get this
will
one.
never get it. You have the only Pokemon.
Yeah,
And
that's
peop-
neat.
And people know that, and like you can tell people who care about it, like in the Pokemon community.
Yeah,
they're
and
like,
if you want,
wow.
you don't even have to show people what it looks like. So it's like, yeah,
Oh,
I've
it's
got
like-
this Pokemon, and I
yeah,
never have to
but I
show
don't need-
anybody.
Yeah, I don't need to show anyone. I don't gain anything from it. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Does that make sense though? So it's like the producers that he's talking about. He
But-
buys a beat from him for 10 grand or whatever. He's the only person on planet Earth besides the producer that owns that,
Or just listen to
or
it.
that's even listen to
If
it.
you choose to not listen with anyone else, like that's it.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't really boggle my mind, I guess. I don't know. Like,
It
I
would if you had
understand
it.
it.
Yeah,
If
no,
you
it's
had it, it
fine.
would. You could be like, wow, I'm the only person that owns this Michael Jackson song, never
Well,
before heard ever.
I mean, I'm
Oh,
the
like
only
an
person that
unreleased
has
song?
specific Pokemon. They're mine. They're my. I have specific memories. Sure, other people have that same Pokemon, but they don't have that specific one with that specific bit of data.
yeah,
Those two ID numbers that match up that make that Pokemon.
yeah, but I mean, there's still people with that Pokemon.
So I mean,
And
it's
this
mine.
is no, but this is what we're saying. This
I
is the
understand.
only
Yeah, yeah,
piece
yeah.
of content.
I don't get me wrong. I completely understand. If I had one Pokemon that no one else in the whole entire world could ever get, that's really crazy. That's pretty cool. But at the long scheme of things, it's just like, yeah, I have it, but no one else does. That's whoop-de-doo, I guess. I don't know. It's just like owning my wallet or something. Like, I have this wallet. I'm the only one with this wallet. No one else has it.
yeah, but where the value
people
comes
have
from
that
is it
wallet,
comes
though.
from somebody
Other people can have that kind of
somebody
wallet.
else,
So?
like somebody that you hold in high regard.
So I think I figured it out. I think what it is that
the fourth time that's been said like, the last 20 minutes.
well, I know, but I keep like learning new things that I got to figure out from what you guys are talking about. I think this is what it is, though. It's not the fact that you personally value it. It's the fact that other
still
people
value.
value
It's still
what you
value.
have
No, it's still
as
value.
well
as
you
well,
value.
but they can't have what you have.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's that
Well,
other
that doesn't
people.
matter. I mean, I don't care if people like. I don't care about making people jealous.
Well,
It's
what's the
just like-
point then? That's
'cause
the whole point of
no,
having the
Cole,
one
we- see,
specific
we,
thing
we
that no
think
one else
very
can
differently
have.
about that. We think very differently about that.
Yeah, it's like
That's- doesn't
to me,
matter
I would
to me.
equate it to like
It's like you have that connection with them. Like it's
Yeah.
literally like that's you two are the only one that share that.
But I think
that's it.
it has to be from, for me to spend any significant amount of dollars, it would have to be directly given to me from said individual. Like if there's a Zelda picture and I don't know who the hell painted it, I'm not paying lots of money for that. But if it's like, oh, Scott DeWaz or Shigeru Miyamoto painted this one specifically and signed it, and you're gonna be the only person that ever has it, give me $1,000. I would be like, okay, yeah, sure. But what I'm saying is, like, if it wasn't coming from somebody that I held in high regard, going back to the World of Warcraft thing, I don't give an F. You would show me that sword in heaven, they'd be like, wow, that's the most valuable sword ever in this entire game. I'd be like, wow, I don't care. Like, it doesn't mean anything to me. Just like how the Pokemon thing means a lot to you, what we're trying to say is that with the gift coming from the specific artist or individual, that's where
Yeah.
the value is.
We've looped back enough. I promise you, I understand what you guys are talking about. I
But
still
do
don't
you?
put it in high enough
But
regard as you
do
guys do,
you?
though.
Well,
No, I do.
But that's what
I
I'm...
promise you, I do.
But this
I
is-
understand
I just
it.
feel like we feel differently about it.
Yes,
Like that's all we
that
can
it
do.
is.
That's
Yeah.
all we. I mean,
I mean, we
there's
already
nothing
said that
else.
as well, but
There's
that's
nothing
what it
else
is.
we can do about
That's
it.
what it comes down to.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
like
just
I
feel
said,
differently
I
about it.
completely
That's all.
understand it. You hit it right on the nose when you did your Pokemon thing that I'm the only one in the world going to have that specific one. That makes sense to me. I understand now. Does it matter to me? Really not that much.
It would if you had it, though.
What really came down to was the fact that you said that, or that I figured out that it's the fact that other people value what you have and not they can't have what they value.
See, and I'm sure
It's-
most people
It's
would
not
look
the
at
fact that it makes you feel proud
Say
because
it, Thane.
other people are
Thick
jealous.
thoughts.
Because other people are jealous. That's not what I would care about. It's just the fact that other people actually value something that you have. It's not that like I don't. It's really hard to put it into words because I
See-
promise you, I understand what you guys are talking about. But you
there's a
don't
lot
want to
of-
accept that I understand.
No, I
it 'cause
under-
it's
No.
different
But like,
mediums.
but I don't. You're saying that's a reason. That can be a reason for some people to own things. I don't care if
That's
anyone
not.
knows.
I'm
if
I
I
don't
have
care
it or
I'm with
not.
Zay
either.
on that one.
I don't care either. I don't care if people are jealous of what I have.
Okay, but
I
like,
don't freaking
I don't
jerk
I mean,
off because I'm like, man, this person
Can I
can't
say
have what I
something?
have. Oh,
so you
baby.
can say that, but like could be a reason for other people. That's
Sure.
not why I'm amazed by it.
Yeah,
that's all.
sure.
That's why I'm not
Interject.
amazed. Go ahead,
I
Thane.
do not care about this subject, and we should move
I
on.
understand because
Clearly.
this is the first word you said in the entire podcast, by the way, Thane.
Just chip in, Thane.
Yeah,
You
legit.
wanna
I
talk
don't
about
care if you
something?
don't. We've talked about bullcrap you care about that we don't care about.
It's a limited edition. Who cares? Spend your money.
But here's
Not
the,
limited. It's
this where-
exclusive
yeah,
edition.
exclusively to
It's
you.
literally
Whatever.
To
exclusive.
you,
Exclusive,
the only
whatever.
person on planet Earth.
if you really want it, buy it. If you don't get it,
Okay, but
too
Thane,
bad.
Thane, do you see
I
the
like
value
that.
in
That's
it though?
pretty good.
Do you see the value in it though? What if JonTron made?
What if some damn VTuber
some
made a
VTuber.
video for you, or they did something for you? It's just like everyone has their own special thing.
And you're the
Does it-
only person on planet Earth that owns
Let's
it.
say what's his freaking Germa makes a specific video for you, doesn't put it on YouTube, send it to you via email.
And you're the only person that has it. Only person.
I mean,
It's cool, huh?
yeah, but I could also have the option to just.
See, and he's another
Upload
bad
it.
example because this guy literally gives games away that he's like has had forever. Like Thane doesn't really give
That's
value
why
to anything.
emulators exist.
Thane gives value to food more than his physical things he owns. So I feel like Thane
True.
is
Well, I think food is one of the most valuable things in the world because you need it. Is probably the most valuable.
Well, I'm not spending
food
more
in
than
fuck-
$10 on a meal.
I'm sorry, can't do it. Do you guys want orange or peach first?
Peach.
Oh shoot, we got drinks. Ooh.
So I guess
ooh.
kind of to wrap up, Cole, I totally get where you're coming from.
Yeah, and I get what you guys are
And I
coming
don't
from
I don't
either.
think you're in the wrong at all. Like I just think that the way that Zay and I see it is it's exclusive to only you on planet Earth. Because I'm with Zay.
Oh.
I don't think I can say anything. I own anything
Have you tried this
besides
thing?
maybe pictures that nobody else on planet Earth owns.
Oh.
Sound good.
Is that the one that's not broken?
It's fine. It didn't break. I want to say my final piece on it real quick. I think the reason I started quote unquote getting mad, I definitely did a little bit mad, was the fact that I feel like you guys didn't accept that I understood what you guys were talking about, because I understand it fully. It just doesn't mean as much as it means to you guys to me.
Yeah, I
Oh,
totally
opener.
accept and agree with what you're saying. Like,
Do you really?
Trying to use your arm.
it just goes to like the way that you see. I mean, I guess I would say famous people, because that's where this stuff comes from specifically. But you don't value, like, if Scott the Woz gave you his autograph, you'd be like, oh, that's cool. You wouldn't be like, oh my God, it's Scott the Woz's autograph.
Well, honestly, I've been thinking about the whole famous people stuff recently. Yeah, I don't really care about famous people. I'd love to meet some people. It'd be awesome. And I'd love to have, like, a signed copy of stuff. That'd be cool. Like, a signed copy, like, Satoshi Tajiri basically signs, like, a copy of Red and Blue.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sweet. The creator of Pokemon signs my copy, Red and Blue. That'd be awesome. Would I value it more? Yeah. Not really because it's a famous person. It's the fact that it's the creator, I guess. I don't know.
So I guess that's where the common ground would be. Is
Yeah.
so then you do value some famous people.
I mean, it's not that I value the famous people. It's the fact that I value the stuff that they did.
Well, I think that's why anyone values somebody that's famous.
Okay.
I mean, because it's just a person.
Yeah,
It's just literally a person, but like it's something they created. You connect with.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I've always understood that. I just don't freak out about getting to meet them. If I never got to meet some of these people in my life, sure. If I got to meet them, cool. If I get their autograph on something, that'd be sweet. I'd value it probably, but in the long scheme of things, I don't really think it matters to me that much.
Yeah, you get it then. It just doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always got that. It just doesn't matter as much to me as it does to other people to have the famous person talk to them, I guess, or shake their hand or wink their doodle, yanky their doodle. I mean, excuse me.
Okay, well, while I'm trying to get this model off.
Oh wow.
What if I got their
wow.
dog?
Let's watch.
That's
some
freaking
Thick's thoughts.
That's strong. What did you say, Thane?
What if I get their dog?
You gonna keep their? I mean, to each their own. I guess you want their dog,
You're
Thane.
gonna steal someone's dog.
Cole, we still have to take a thumbnail picture.
Oh freaking A!
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be
was thinking about
be a long effing
something
night.
else too I need to talk about on a podcast about later. Okay, so we got Thick's thoughts this week for April 1st, 2021.
Let's
Damn,
do
that's
it.
Good.
Oh gosh.
I could just blank for this too. He puts an outro. Is that it? Just the outro?
Nice,
Is
Boomer.
that supposed to be his signature?
See, he's slowly evolving. We're watching kind of his intro,
Well,
outro stuff kind of do.
He kind
how
of
it
gave up
does.
at one point when it was just blank for a while. There.
Yeah,
I heard the
Cool, we
killing
probably-
joke.
he probably
movie
wanted- I know, I
wasn't
was
you
that
probably
good.
didn't want to keep putting stuff in there.
Yo, real talk though, that was probably one of the best Thick thoughts I've ever seen. That was
It
like
was.
well thought
It
out.
was
that
well
was
done.
really dang good.
It was well done, Thick.
Like I think it's almost like he wrote a script. I don't think he did though. I think he just said it off his head.
Off the cuff.
But like, dang, that was almost like a mini video essay that we make on our channel. The way that he was like presenting that and stuff. Like,
That was
talking-
good, Thick.
Way to
Well,
go, Thick.
it was well articulated.
Very good.
You did well, Thick.
Very
Boober,
impressed with you,
you
Thick.
did well too. I really liked it.
Thank you,
great
Boomer,
job.
for
I
those
like,
hard
I like
cuts.
the duo. I like the thick thoughts dynamic duo.
What's
Yeah.
funny is that like Boomer threw in some funnies here and there too. So not only was it good and informative, granted or not granted, but by the way, I think I've also heard that the animated series for DC is phenomenal as well. So there's just another guy saying it's
Validation.
great.
Batman is
yeah,
one of the
validation.
best animated series ever made.
Yeah, I heard it's
That's
great.
the one that Luke Skywalker voices, right? The Joker.
He's the
Mark
Joker.
Hamill?
Yep.
Yeah, he's the Joker in a lot of stuff.
I really
Um,
like the Batman. Is it Batman? It's not Batman Ninja, is it? Whatever. It's Batman Forever. That's what it's called, isn't it?
You mean like
Where he's
Batman?
the young one. This like he's like the thing with like this the black with the red
I mean
symbol.
Batman Beyond. Batman Forever is the Schumacher movie.
Oh freak! What's the animated series
I
then
think it is
called?
Beyond. Batman
It's
Beyond,
called
isn't it?
Batman Beyond.
Oh, Beyond. Okay, okay. I've watched that before. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but I used to watch
I
that on
think
Netflix.
now it's on HBO Max.
Yeah, I used to watch. I think I watched the whole series on Netflix. It's good.
Thank you, Thick. Thank you, Boober.
That was fun.
But I love how Boober just does thick dirty though.
Oh yeah,
he
sometimes
can just throw
really
he
throws
can
him-
throw in his own
Yeah,
things.
like the
and
cap thing right there.
Thick has
Poor
no
Thick.
control over anything.
I'm
It's
sure
great.
he watched it though. I'm sure he watched because Thick's the one that
I
sent it
still
to
don't know
us.
what cap means.
It means like
Lie.
It's not true.
you're not
yeah.
lying, or maybe you're lying.
He said that's some of the best superhero content ever, and he said that's cap. It's like that's not true. That's what Boober's basically saying.
Yeah. Like if you say no cap, it means like I'm not lying, bro. Not lying.
Well, it's better than their live action movies. Most of them, the
Oh, yeah.
animated ones are.
Zay, this is a really interesting drink you got us here.
I like it a lot.
What did
I've
they
never
do
tried
to
this
the
before.
bottle? Fill the peach.
It's just paint.
It is this paint?
Yeah.
Has a little rivets on it.
So I can scrape it off?
No
Yeah.
way. There's
It-
no way.
Or you not with your fingernail, but with like a knife.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
It's paint. It's all it is.
But that's
It's machine painted.
it's always been like this though, like the bottle.
I
Yeah.
guess I've just
it's
never
the little
paid
rivets.
attention.
it's just paint.
They put little rivets.
I
in
just
it.
like
There's not-
filling
what
the
are you
peach.
talking about rivets?
I
That's
like
not a rivet.
filling
That's
the
paint.
peach.
Rivets are
Yeah, I don't think there's rivets in the bottle.
rivet.
Oh, but
But
I'm
I-
talking
I
about
can
just
feel
the
it.
style.
I know what you're saying. Rivet is not the
but
correct
like
word
the way
for
the
that.
paint
though.
is, it has like an indents.
Perforations is what
indents.
you mean.
Okay,
Not
sorry.
no, not perforations. Freaking.
I don't know what the word is. It's just
embossing.
there's some differences in the texture on the bottle.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
because the paint is thick. It's
Yeah.
a thick paint.
So you're both right, saying the same thing differently.
well, he was saying rivets. Rivets is not the right word. Rivets
They
are
made
those
rivets
things that
with-
you put inside of things and they expand on the inside to like hold things together.
maybe divots is the correct word.
Okay.
Zay.
divots.
Sure,
yeah,
divots.
divots could work.
Yeah.
You know what a rivet is, though.
I mean I don't care.
But you know what it is, though. You've seen one. Dude, rivets are
rivet?
so fascinating.
That's
honestly.
riveting. I don't
They
I don't know.
are
I don't
riveting.
care.
They're cool.
I don't care.
So if you go, I'm gonna explain rivets. So if you
Were
don't
these
know,
bottles made in Mexico?
pretend this bottle is
Does
a
it
rivet.
say it is? I don't know.
What a
Okay.
rivet is you have two pieces of stuff you're trying to connect. So you put the rivet through them, and then there's something inside that expands and holds those things together from the inside. Really cool.
I'm gonna have to look up
Riveting.
what a rivet is.
Do you
now.
really not know what a rivet
I
is,
don't-
guy?
Maybe I
Oh,
just
man.
I'm trying to picture it in my brain.
So rivets are used on like a lot of stuff, specifically like things that you wouldn't want to use a screw for, something like an airplane, because screws can unscrew, right? Rivets don't unscrew. Once they're in there, they're really effing hard to get out. Like they're stuck. It's funny.
Let me look up rivet.
Yeah, like I don't know, they're neat. There's me and Sayman gushed about rivets about a week ago. It was pretty fun because he's doing all the aeronautic stuff, you know, and they use rivets all the time in airplanes. It's fun. There you go. Yeah, look at that thing. Look at images, not shopping. Stop burping. Yeah. So
Can you explain to me what they do?
yeah. You guys can't see what we're doing, but anyway, so this is a rivet. This end will go into a hole in two separate things to try to connect them. That little ball will be pulled through, expanding that tube to make it fatter. So essentially, it's holding the thing together by
Squeezing it.
like getting rid of a gap or something. Does that make sense?
Glass
pretty simple.
blowing.
Like this.
I'm gonna have to see a rivet in action.
So that part, that tube, will go into a hole.
Do you like to enjoy
and
anything?
then this ball
Or do you just
Expands.
kill
will be
it?
pulled through, expanding the tube.
Or is that how you enjoy it?
It's pretty simple, but it's so cool.
Then the best part about this is it's sugar glass. Once you're done drinking it, you can break it over this guy's head.
and- but- potentially kill me.
Wow, this is good.
I'm
Hey,
really glad we had a
great.
rivet
Oh, my
section of the
beverage.
podcast this week. This was a fun time. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to educate about rivets. Zay, I'd love it if you edit some, or Sky, I'd love it if you edit some pictures of rivets while I'm talking about them.
Not gonna happen.
Airplanes too, so cool.
Not gonna happen.
Then
Sorry,
then
Cole.
we can cut it, upload it to our TikTok, and be like the rivet special by Cole. Oh yeah.
Maybe we could find like not a documentary. It was like info sort of thing about rivets, and then use that for the Patreon video.
So I actually have
That'd be
some
kinda
things I
cool.
want to talk about on the Patreon
No
podcast.
one can stop us from doing
Talking
that.
about like where I think we should head in the future, which we've partially talked about it, but
This is my TikTok idea. There's just one TikTok video. I go, rivets are riveting, and I explain what a rivet is. And at the end, I come probably.
I legit think what we need to do. You can
Not on
I don't know
camera.
if you do that on
Not on
TikTok. Yeah, I don't know
camera,
if you do that.
Zay.
that'll be our
Not on
that'll be our
camera.
Patreon. That'll be
That's
a
the
Patreon video.
Patreon TikTok.
I really
You
think
guys, what movie is this?
A movie,
Literally any
Yeah.
Liam Neeson movie ever.
Star
or
Wars.
Jason
Star Wars.
Statham.
Star Wars.
Any Jason Statham movie ever.
Specifically,
Mission
a
Impossible.
movie made in Mexico.
Oh,
gosh.
Georgia
have no idea.
Peaches.
No, it's Pan's Labyrinth where he beats that
Oh,
guy
I want to
to
watch
death
Pan's
with a
Labyrinth. I heard
bottle.
it's so good.
I've never
dude.
seen Pan's
Yeah.
Labyrinth.
I heard it's amazing.
How much time we got left on this podcast?
I mean,
I gotta pee real bad.
10
Guillermo del
I can
Toro.
hold it.
If you can go, you
I'm
can
gonna
go if
pee
you
in
want.
between the podcasts.
Well, I think we're just gonna jump.
I
right into it.
understand that's what you're gonna do, but like I'll be
Wait,
gone
are
for
we
the
about
beginning
done with
of
the first
Patreon.
one already?
Yeah, we got 8 minutes left. 9 minutes.
Dang. That was fast.
Yeah, no, I got a couple
'Cause
things
we're
I want to
talking
talk
about
about the
rivets.
Patreon podcast. Okay, before we go into
Rivets are
Zay's
great.
question, I want to quickly. Well, no, we'll do it at the end. We'll do the last 2 minutes. Go ahead, Zay. Go ahead. Take the floor.
Yeah, what do you want me to do now?
I don't know. Do you have a question, or do you want to just save it all for the Patreon?
They're
podcast?
kind of in-depth ones. I guess we can talk if you guys don't want to expand it all.
Yeah, just do one, I guess. Yeah.
Probably the better one to do would be
the better, quicker one.
I don't know. Maybe we can save the other one for.
The next time or something. By the way, you said you have an orange version of this too. You got the oranges as well.
No, I didn't buy that. No. It's an orange drink, but it's not that.
Oh my gosh, you got two. Just save that. Just hide those in your room for next time you'll host, and then.
In a month? They're gonna last that long.
You gonna drink them?
What are they? Okay, maybe.
Can I
maybe
at least
not,
just see
never
what they
mind.
are?
Yeah, I'm curious. To
Wait,
see.
wait. No, you should. If you want to see what they are, go
Check out the
subscribe to
Patreon.
Patreon. We're cucks.
Okay, so you guys can decide which one you would like to talk about. How about that?
Okay,
Should
that's
we
fine.
read them so you don't spoil it for people listening?
It doesn't matter. Why does it matter?
I don't know.
They're gonna talk about
Just
either
rate
way.
as a shut up, Sky.
So okay, so these are like the two. So one I kind of wanted to go into would be kind of like advertisements. Like if you think about like advertisements across anything, what is like the most like what are some of the most memorable or catchiest like advertisements? So it could be like jingles, mascots, like slogans or sayings
Oh,
that any company has ever done ever, no matter like what. Like be like
okay.
for example, like cereal, they're really good at it.
Dang, I like this.
Car
question. This is
insurance
cool.
brands are really good at it.
Fast food restaurants.
Fast food's good at it too. Who else?
This is
Oh,
cool.
Goldfish has a really good
For a while there,
jingle.
for a while there, I was actually studying advertisements, so this is actually kind of cool for me.
So I mean,
Literally,
that's
Justin
one. That's
Timberlake is still making money.
You know, I actually have
From-
2 cents
from
on
what?
this too. After we start
McDonald's.
talking about,
The jingle's like da 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 da. That's literally from the Justin Timberlake song. I'm loving
Oh,
it.
from Sexy Back?
No, it's the song that goes da 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 da. I'm loving it. Da 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 da. I'm loving it. Do you
never
love
heard
it?
that. Song.
Never have I heard that before, ever.
no, I didn't know that. The other
I think
thing.
we should do this one. This would be a
It's
good
fine.
Yeah,
one.
From a
let's
Justin
just, I don't want to
Timberlake.
hear the other one. We'll say that one for next time.
You want to do? You want to do it right now?
Yeah.
All right.
So
How much
what?
time we
What's
got?
the question? We got 7 minutes.
Okay.
It's
well,
like, what is the most
So-
iconic advertising?
Okay, let's do
advertising,
mascots first, or like kind of faces of like a brand like that they use.
Ronald McDonald.
Exactly. So
Burger
it could be
King.
like something like that.
When it comes
So
to mascots,
most memorable or most like I would
I'd
say
say, like,
iconic. Almost.
Mickey Mouse and Mario, probably the number ones of all time.
Captain Crunch. I remember seeing his face a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
I'm just like generalizing everything. I think
stuff's, like,
Mickey
burned
Mouse
in
and
your
Mario
head. That
are
stuff's
probably the
burned
number
into your
one
head.
most recognizable mascots of all time. I think that's the truth.
I bet I'm willing to bet that more children will know who Mario is than Mickey Mouse. Mickey
agree.
Mouse is slowly fading out
I
of the
agree.
loop.
I agree with that. And Disney doesn't even care about Mickey Mouse anymore. As much anyway. I mean, they still do stuff with him, but like, you're not wrong, Sky. They are phasing him out a little bit. In place of things like,
Elsa.
Disney princesses.
Yeah.
What about you, Thane? What do you think?
Who is more famous?
No, just
sorry.
Like, what's like a memorable or like what's one of the most iconic like mascots of a brand ever?
Oh, Tony the Tiger.
Santa Claus,
Tony the Tiger.
What's he
Santa
a
Claus?
brand of?
Coca-Cola.
Or the polar
you
bear?
know,
Or the
actually-
polar bear?
He had a green outfit. Santa Claus had a green outfit before Coca-Cola.
Like in lore?
Yeah, in like marketing, like
But like,
they decided to give him a red outfit
Because
and
of
that
Coke?
stuck.
but Coke
because of
doesn't
Coke.
own
Really?
Santa.
Wow.
I know, but
How
that's
is Coke?
no.
I
Here's
don't
the
think
thing.
he should be. I don't think he should be counted as a mascot.
If they change
Well,
his
here's the
color to
thing,
red,
like-
then that wins. Well, it doesn't win.
I don't
but,
think
like,
it wins.
that's good.
It's
I mean,
up there.
unofficially, yeah. Officially, I think the biggest mascot around the world, if we're talking, I think is Mickey Mouse right now. I mean,
So-
yeah, he.
I want to look back to the Santa thing real quick before we move on. Like, just because Santa's known by everybody, I didn't even know he was really associated with Coke. I've seen him in Coke ads, but I think the polar bears are more mascots for Coke than Santa ever was.
He was definitely in a lot of vintage ads. Like,
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it was just before our time.
yeah,
It could have been, but maybe it was like a holiday season thing too. Like, I don't know.
yo, it definitely was.
I don't know. Like, just because Coke potentially changed the color to red, I don't think that makes him a very well-known mascot for Coke.
I would agree with
Because-
that statement, yeah.
Because when I think of Santa, I don't think of Coke. When I think of Coke, I don't think of Santa. But when I think of Mario, I know exactly what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking about the games, the Nintendos. When I'm thinking of Mickey, I go, oh, shoot, there's that Mickey
Disney.
Mouse Club, Disney, whatever. That makes sense to me.
I'd agree with that statement. So I think you're right, Thane. Unofficially, you could probably say Santa.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
What do you got for us, eh?
What about jingles
The snack that smiles back.
The one that
So I'm
gets
actually
me.
looking up the
or the Red Robin one?
McDonald's.
Everyone
one.
sings that.
Dude, the one that gets
Everyone
me.
sings that. If anyone says Red Robin, someone's
Yum.
always gonna finish it. You go out into public, you yell
Yeah.
that, someone will finish it. I guarantee it.
One of the ones that always gets me is like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
Another car insurance one, yeah, or whatever insurance,
Yeah.
or like Allstate. That you're in good hands. Like I don't even care about that stuff, but like I still know it. That's good advertising.
You're in good
it really
hands.
is.
That's where all state stands.
Or like dude, honestly, all like cereal brands, little kid like things like I guess like
Yeah.
items or it's like
Frosted Flakes. They're
Okay, here's the thing.
great.
So, one way or another, McDonald's asked to use the Justin Timberlake song for McDonald's, which they've been using to this day, or at least a little like a different version of it.
I'm
And
sure they still had to get his
they
permission.
paid him $6 million to use it.
That was
Wow.
it.
Yeah, but today it would be a lot more. This was back in 2003.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's similar with I think Pusha T, he's a rapper. I think he made the song for Arby's, the We Got the Meats.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Arby's.
I would say the McDonald's one's very, very recognizable though as well.
Yeah. That's one. There's a lot of or I guess it depends. It was what was that one? There's the JG Wentworth is pretty catchy.
It's my money and I need it now.
There was another one. What was it? It was like I don't think was it the Cavemen that sang a song?
For Geico?
But you want to know something
What
crazy?
was the other? There was like a song like I forgot. I don't remember the name now.
So it
That's
wasn't
what
good enough, I
yeah.
guess.
But it's a
Wait,
good song.
I'm not done with
Boomer's
the
I
McDonald's
posted it
thing.
before.
Sorry.
Go ahead, keep
You
going.
want something
Thing.
crazy. So even though the song is a Justin Timberlake song, some people like Pharrell Williams was involved, but the person who actually wrote the jingle, like the beat and the lyrics, is Pusha T.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah,
So I think he is the one who kind of gets.
he's the one that got screwed
Yeah, he's the one
because
who
he
got
sold
screwed.
it instead of doing like a royalty sort of thing or like Yeah, he doesn't make any money from it now.
Okay, we got time for one more, Zay.
Wait, another question or just elaborating on the?
Yeah, one more elaboration of these like things he's talking about.
Well, I've got something I could say then.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I recently read through this book talking about the influence of music on the human body and brain specifically, and they were talking about how this is why advertisers and companies in general use little quick jingles that are really simple yet can get stuck in your head
The
because
snack
it's
that smiles fat, goldfish.
exactly. It's a lot easier to memorize lyrics and sounds. It's a lot easier to put words to sounds than it is to just memorize words
like a
by
book
itself.
or
like
a saying.
like a phone number. Well, there's a guy named Tommy Two Tones, the band, made a song about a phone number that nobody's ever gonna forget.
But no one, if you ask, like, I think if people know the song, but they won't know who the artist is.
I didn't know the artist
It's
was.
one of those things, yeah. It's
Yeah.
one of those things.
I know the song you're talking about now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what the artist or the author thing? Can you go start the camera again? What the author in the book was talking about is just how people recognize and memorize sounds better than they do anything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which is
that's true.
absolutely true. I mean, think about how we communicate. We literally are manipulating. We're just making sounds that our brains, we've been taught this is what this means. So we're able to translate that. Well, companies have mastered this, and it's almost like a psychological, is that the correct term?
I'd say so, yeah.
It's a psychological thing to not necessarily manipulate, but
It makes you feel more
manipulate people.
comfortable.
No,
with-
yeah. Manipulate. I would say manipulate.
Manipulate?
Especially if it's an advertising sort of view.
Yeah.
I would say manipulation is
and if
correct.
you think about the most iconic ones, they all have a jingle that's really short and sweet that you get stuck to, that you can sing the
It's
words
fun
to.
to sing, and you
Yeah.
don't have to know anything about the brand or care about any of it, but you still know it.
Exactly.
That's a job. I mean, that's mission complete or mission accomplished.
Yeah. And a lot of the time, I would say that it's thanks to the little jingle or song that's attached to it, not necessarily the words. But what's funny is in this book, they were actually helping people to get better at memorizing things long term by saying, okay, I'm going to give you 4 names. We're going to go Susie, Sally, Tom, and Bill. And I want you to sing these 4 names to a jingle. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Tom, Bill, Susie, Tim, Mary, or whatever. And people were able to memorize better because they were saying these random ass names to a beat or jingle that they already had memorized.
Yeah.
Well, also, I still see people do it. Like the ABCs, if they need to count to like a letter or something, they'll sing the song.
Yeah.
And you'll notice it. You'll hear it, and they're
I
like trying
do
to do
it.
it quietly. Or but that's how you memorized it, and it's still stuck in your mind.
Shout out to Twinkle Twinkle.
Like you
always
still,
overshadowed.
or like the state song. Like I still don't know it. I don't know.
Alabama.
See, it's a song though, so like you remember all of it.
Yeah,
It's
what's
crazy.
crazy, yeah.
The presidents. I knew a song about the presidents.
Oh, the presidents too,
That's
yeah,
how I kind of
yeah.
know that order.
If you think about it, though, people can memorize an entire. What was that one rapper's name? And he had like.
Oh, little John.
No, everybody's like, yeah, he's the fastest rapper alive.
Yeah, I know what
Busta
you're talking
Rhymes?
about.
Busta Rhyme, yeah, Busta Rhyme.
Okay.
People can memorize an entire Busta Rhyme song that has who knows how many
Or
freaking
Eminem's
lyrics.
like Rap God
yeah, or
song.
Eminem's Rap God. People can
Yeah.
memorize these entire freaking songs, and yet they can't even.
Fell out of school.
Yeah, they fell out of school.
They can't memorize a book. They can't
Yeah.
just forget passages.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's
they'll read
true.
a book and they'll read a page and they have no idea what even they can't comprehend.
They
it.
just sat there looking over it. They
yeah,
just forgot
yet,
completely.
Yet they know word 55 from Eminem's rap, verse 3. It's like, wow, they can recite that entire rap, but they can't tell me what 2 squared is.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But yeah,
It's 4.
yeah. What it came down to is in the book. That's all they said. Is they said that people are way more apt to memorize and remember sounds than anything else on
See,
planet Earth.
that's a really interesting topic too. That I wish we could get more into it.
Oh, I
Because
I'm
that
gonna
would
talk
last
about
a
it on the
while.
podcast.
That would last a
I
while.
also have another topic that I want to talk
That's an
about. on the
in-depth
podcast
one.
in my hopes too. But
And speaking of, now it's the end of this podcast. But we have another Patreon episode coming out alongside this one, I think, right?
yeah,
Basically
except
the
if you
same day.
subscribe to the Patreon, you get this one 2 days
early,
early.
which if you're hearing this, it's too late for that. But you can still get the Patreon episode. And these guys are going to finish the outro because I'm going to go pee. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody. I love you.
So, last Friday we released a video called. I'm going to read the title. So I titled it is this the best sequel ever? And then it's Metro Last Light. So it's the second game in the series, but there's a lot of booby moments. Blurred out, of course, because YouTube wouldn't let us monetize our video if I didn't do that. No titties on this channel. Sorry.
No titties on YouTube in general.
Except for Thane.
I think Thane's tits are on our YouTube channel. Or did we put tape over them? Do you remember?
Put tape over your nipples.
I know. So, okay, then his were just out shining, right?
Beautiful moment. Top 10 moments in Twitch history.
Yeah, you guys go check it out. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're about to hit 200,000. Well, I wish. We're about to hit 2,000 subscribers.
I gotta take a piss too. Can I go piss in your toes there?
Yeah, sure. Have fun.
Oh, man.
Don't knock yourself out. Break your
So-
leg, though.
Zay, I want to ask you, since it's just me and you vibing for the last little bit, what do you want to happen when we're hitting 200,000 subs? Like, where do you want us to be in life? It'd be cool to have a studio, don't you think?
I don't know.
Or do you like this?
Because I don't necessarily like the whole basement space taken up by this.
Yeah.
Because, like, we could put stuff down here, we could use it. But
Oh, we could have a freaking workout gym down here.
we really could, and it wouldn't be cold. But, I mean, I don't necessarily need a studio. I mean, we've recorded things like this, janky and kind of just how we make it work for so long. I don't really need that.
But it'd be fun to have, like, an office space, though, right?
So you're really set on it. I don't need it.
I
Because
know.
we can still, I mean, obviously, like, we can still take care of things. We still do things
Oh,
without
absolutely.
it.
But
So,
it would be cool to have, like, a centralized space where it's like, yeah, that's our podcast studio. We podcast in there, and now it's not taking up space in our houses.
yeah. I guess it would be cool. I wouldn't argue. I mean, if you can afford it and it's working, yeah.
Are
why
we in
not?
the Patreon now?
Not yet. We're going there, though, if you want to say goodbye again.
Bye. As always, keep it rad.
See you guys.
Love you.
Take care. April Fools.
Very funny, Zay. Haha.